Hello children, welcome back to my YouTube channel English Made Easy by Mrs. Rachna Chakravarti. I hope you are revising the lessons and today I'll be doing 2.5. It's again a motivational speech by Mr. Kailash Satyarthi. So it is from the motivational speeches and the speech which he delivered when he got the Nobel Prize. So he is discussing what he wants and what he did to achieve his mission in life. So children, this chapter you need to keep your textbook open and then understand what has been told in the chapter. I will be taking the chapter as a whole and will be explaining it in short, summary wise, because it's a speech. Until and unless you listen to the speech, you will not be able to understand it properly. So let us move ahead to his speech, how he starts. The lesson Let's March is a speech delivered by Kailash Satyarthi upon accepting the Nobel Prize. He addresses the American politician. So let us see. He addresses the American politician Tom Harkin as his brother and calls Malala, who shared the award with him, as his daughter. So, children, you might be knowing also that this Nobel Prize was the first ever Nobel Prize which was shared between two of them, two social workers, that is Kailash Satyarthi and Malala. Malala was also a social worker, she is a social worker actually, and from Pakistan. She is doing superb work, spreading knowledge and educating everyone. So she is also been a motivator and inspiration for many women out there. And Kailash Satyarthi calls both of them brother and daughter. He begins his speech with an ancient Vedic mantra that talks about working together for a better world. After paying his respect to his parents and motherland India and to Mother Earth, he says that he feels free each time he rescues children. And so he compares the smiles of children to the smiles of God. So he just compares them wherever he went. Remember, children, this is a speech, so you need to understand from that point what is he saying. He is comparing the smiles. He tells him to everyone that what motivates him to work more and more. It is the smile which he can bring for the children. He gives us credit. Now, these are the persons whom he gives credit to: Kallu Kumar, Dhoom Das, Adarsh Kishore, Iqbal Mesh. These people have also been working, other activists who have sacrificed their lives for protecting freedom and dignity of children. He calls India the ancient center and Norway the modern center of global peace and brotherhood. He says that through the Nobel Committee, he could do a lot of work. He feels that he is honored to be invited to present a lecture. He represents the sound of silence, the face of invisibility, and the cry of the innocent children. So, this is what he wants to be remembered as. This is what he wants to do. He says he has come to share the voices and the dreams of those children whose frightened and exhausted eyes he had seen, whose injured bodies he has held, and whose broken spirits he has felt. He just wants to share all this in his speech, and he is thankful that he got this chance to share what he had experienced in his journey. He speaks about a disturbing question of a Sudanese child labor. What was that question? This child was forced to kill his friends and family at his first training lessons, when he just took his first training lessons. And the question that the child asked him was, what is my fault? Why are people treating me like this? What is my fault? I was doing my duty. I killed my family. I killed my friends because it was my duty to my job. He also quotes lines from various religion to show that all the religion urges means force us to take care of our children. So there is no greater violence than to kill the dreams of children. Every religion says that we should protect the dreams of the children. His aim is that every child should be free to live his or her childhood. That is what he moves around for. He mentions that his fellow activists have given life to make such missions successful. They have successfully reduced. He also mentions that they have been able to successfully reduce the number of children out of school by half, child laborers by a third. They have reduced child mortality, malnutrition, and have saved many children from dying. So these were the works which they had taken, their missions, and they have completed half, one third of it, but still the work is going on. There are still many challenges left to overcome. He says, remember, this is a speech, and he tells them that still there are many challenges to be overcome. A complete global superior education system is a complete global and superior education system is needed to erase fear and intolerance amongst mankind. So new solutions are coming from small groups and local organizations. He quotes an example of an 18-year-old girl who asked him why he hadn't come to save her earlier. So see, this is so disturbing question. All these questions have given Kailash Satyarthi to move ahead in his life with his missions. This young girl of 18 years, the teenage girl, just asked him a question. She was saved at the age of 18. But look at the question she puts. Why he hadn't come to save her earlier. Then maybe she would not be in the situation she is in. Her emotional request is a question to our inaction, to all of us. This question is for all of us, not to Kailash Satyarthi, to all those who have seen her but did not act, did not take any action. We just closed our eyes, we moved away without looking at her. We were only waiting when Kailash Satyarthi would be coming and saving this girl. We ourselves can take action. So her emotional request is a question to our inaction, a passive attitude, and our negativity. which we have completely engrossed ourselves. So, this is what he dislikes. He mentions how government and non government organizations should work together and keep our children safe. He believes that each individual can contribute towards achieving this goal in their own small ways. Child labor was abolished 18 years ago. In today's globalized world, it is necessary to increase compassion among fellow human beings. He also quotes the great leaders in his speech, Mahatma Gandhi, by saying that children will pave the way to world peace. And what does he want to say? He emphasizes that child laborers are our children. He quotes an example from, from his own childhood, where he wondered why a cobbler's child did not study with him. And this question had a vision of educating that cobbler's child. He took that in mind, in his mindset, that why can't they study with us? We are not born with a golden spoon. If we can study, why not a cobbler's son? Why not anybody else's son? Everyone should be able to get access to education. He ends his speech by saying that time has come today to ensure equality and fundamental rights for every child in the world. So, this is what he wants to say to everyone. He wants every child to have a happy childhood. He calls upon everyone to march towards a better world. He asks us to march away from, we should always try to march away from ignorance, darkness, and mortality. He wants us to walk, join hand in hand, and walk towards awakening light and divinity. He, he just wants us to rise up and start walking towards the positive goal. So, children, I hope you have understood the speech given by Kailash Satyarthi after receiving the Nobel Award. So please do read the chapter properly. It is only his speech which is given. You can see the inverted commas in your textbook. If you keep your textbook open, you can see the inverted commas too. And this indicates this is directly his words which has been taken from him. So you need to read the speech as he said it. The glossary and the meanings are attached with the textbook. So I hope you have understood the speech explanation of this chapter.